everybody, and welcome to Houston Life on this Tuesday, May 12th. I had to look at my phone, Courtney. Full disclaimer, May 12th. It is Tuesday, and my goodness. How are you doing today? It's nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. I know that we've been laughing about that. I have no idea on the actual date of the month or the day. I mean, remember a few weeks ago, I was like, we're just gonna say it's day.
Yeah. Day.
I don't know.
And that totally works.
I've lost track.
Well, and plus, now that it's May 12th, I feel like in a couple days or 3 days, it'll be May 15th. May is about halfway over. Memorial Day is right around the corner. It's just this very strange time we are all living in. So this collective confusion that we're all experiencing, this too shall pass, folks. And one day it'll be a distant memory. But in the meantime, man, whew.
I know, it's tough. So here's the thing, AJ's birthday is coming up on May 24th. It's gonna be the big 9, so last year for single digits. And so we're just trying to figure out, like, how do we do this birthday party? I know so many people, Orlando, you guys, you both had quarantine birthdays. So we're just trying to figure this out. What is that going to look like, you know, for the littles? Because I feel like everybody likes a little party. I mean, you and I both do, right? We like a birthday party. So we're just trying to figure that out. You know, how do you plan for it? AJ reminds us every day how many days left until his birthday. So on Mother's Day, he was already talking about what he wanted for breakfast. And so we're just gonna, I don't know, I'm open to suggestions because I want to do something fun for him, but I also know that, you know, it will be difficult for him to see his buddies and his friends, and normally he can celebrate at school. Sometimes it falls on that Memorial Day weekend, but yeah, it's just kind of tough. I don't know what to do.
Well, I think it's going to be
making that birthday list.
Totally fine. Just because we cannot celebrate now the way we have celebrated in the past. My big takeaway after Sunday night celebrating our friend Mary and having that 2-hour Zoom party and doing drag queen trivia with Pickle, my takeaway was that it's not that we couldn't celebrate, it's just that we celebrated in a different way. And it was kind of cool to try something new and to be able to see everyone's face there on the screen in front of us. So I think you could do something similar for Andrew and have everyone's faces on the screen, and they can still sing. The song is going to sound really messed up because a Zoom song always does.
Because that's what happens, right?
Oh, wow, 9 years old. My goodness.
I know. We're going to figure it out. We're all in this together.
Well, you were mentioning something this morning on the phone to me, Courtney, 100 things that make you smile today. This was an article on USA Today, and it's so nice that we can all sort of stop and appreciate the things that maybe during a busy non-COVID world we might overlook. And they posted on their website, their team essentially put together a list of 100 things that make them smile today.
This really made me smile when I saw this article today, and it was something, number 1 on the list is nabbing a pack of toilet paper at the grocery store. And if I can just go farther than that, your brand, nabbing your brand, the brand that you want, not just the brand that's there and you have to buy it because you're out and you're like, I don't like this brand, but I need some TP. Your brand. When your brand is on the shelf, you feel like you're in the aisle, like, yeah. I mean, I've done that before when I actually see my brand, because I'm very brand specific when it comes to the TP situation. So when it's there, I'm definitely, you know,
that's a really good point.
Dance.
I was very excited when we found a couple weeks ago our brand, which is just the Costco brand of toilet paper. It's just the Kirkland brand. I think it's a great toilet paper brand because it's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's just right. And I think the nice thing about this little exercise that USA Today did was it reminds us that we can find joy and take pleasure in the most basic, simple things in life. And remember last week when Brandon and I made our own version of refried beans at home in our little pressure cooker Instant Pot? I was so excited to tell you about the beans we made. And I feel like these days, people are doing the same thing. They're posting what they baked and if they had a little victory in the kitchen, even just organizing the house. We went through, oh my gosh, Courtney, I can't believe I didn't tell you this. So remember how I told you I have this thing about throwing away, like we donate, we run to Goodwill constantly because it seems like there's always stuff to just get rid of, right? I actually have a bag in my car right now that's going to Goodwill after the show. But I have this weird thing about throwing away fabric, like towels that maybe have a bleach stain on them or sheets that are old or whatever. I have this thing like, it just seems strange to throw it in the trash. Well, guess what? So we found this local company, you can recycle fabrics, no matter what kind of fabric it is. It could be cotton, it could be a blend, linen, polyester. And so we've now, last night we went through our closets, socks that have holes in them, but still we were kind of wearing here and there or not wearing. But an item that still in our brains has value, but you can't donate because of, I don't know, health code, whatever that is. You can't donate underwear. Who came up with that rule? I'm kidding. But you can recycle this fabric and ensure that these things maybe get ground up and repurposed into different things, which is a game changer for us.
I love that. You're going to have to share what that is. But can I get a go back on something here?
Yeah.
So you're a Costco TP person. This is really interesting. I tried it. No, thank you.
Why?
No, thank you. No, thank you. I took it to this, there's like you know those little living libraries? There's like a little pantry, living pantry that you can donate items to. I took all that Costco toilet paper over there. What? I couldn't deal. No, thank you.
Hold on.
Best friend Lori, we were used to be on the same toilet paper brand. She switched over to the Costco. I mean, I don't even know who she is anymore.
Okay,
seriously.
but what is your beef with it?
I'm a Cottonelle person.
Oh, see, the Cottonelle for me leaves
I don't like
residue.
it. It's not like...
It's too cottony, and so
residue.
For instance, if I take, you know, I have scruff. I have scruff on my face, and so let's say a Kleenex is not around or a tissue, and I have to grab a little square or two of that Cottonelle to blow my nose. Guess what? Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah.
I have got white toilet paper smeared all over my face if it's too cushy. So I'm just saying the Kirkland brand, it does not do that. It's nice and thin, but not so not so thin.
I can't do it.
You can see through it.
I don't even know who you and best friend Lori are right now. I'm having some major issues with this. No, I'm just kidding.
It's good stuff.
Here's the other thing. One more thing. I know. One more thing about the 100 things that brings us joy during the quarantine.
Yeah.
Number 2 was this DJ D Nice's epic Instagram. And if you guys haven't checked this out, because they're live parties and very cool, right? But one thing that I discovered from back in the day in the south side of Chicago, there was this DJ. His name is Julian Jumpin' Perez. And like house music, we are talking like old school house music. During the quarantine, he started broadcasting live on social media his dance party. Like, I remember listening to him on the radio or in a club if he was spinning at a club. I mean, it is the best. I've connected with people from college and see, it is so awesome. Last Saturday, we had it playing in the house while we were eating dinner. I mean, it brings back so many memories, and I love that we're seeing all kinds of these live performances, and they're continuing now. I mean, Coldplay started it where he was jamming.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name, the lead singer of Coldplay?
Chris,
he was married to Gwyneth.
He was Gwyneth Paltrow. Chris, what's his name, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chris something.
I'm not good with celebrity names.
I don't know. Anyway, he's fabulous, very famous.
I love the idea.
I love all these live concerts.
An old school concert dance party. And I think to complete the look, you could put on like a headband, your little mini skirt, the leather shoulder pad dress. I mean, I can only imagine how much trouble you used to get into going out to the clubs. The side pony. I think we should bring the side pony back, right?
Oh, yeah.
If anything, the stay-at-home order
There was a lot of tool.
It's taught us that fashion really does not matter, right? Wear whatever you like. Drink whatever you like. Just be comfortable.
Listen,
life is short.
You
and
know
if you're
what?
staying
It doesn't
home,
matter.
It does. Oh dear. Wow.
These are my slippers.
You really took that to the next level. Really? Isn't it a little warm today for slippers?
No, I love my slippers. I really do have shorts on too. I have like a cute outfit on, but I'm rocking some slips right now. I'm gonna have to retrain my feet to wear high heels.
You know what? That is like A-list celeb status. A few weeks ago, you know, we ran that interview I did with the cast of This Is Us, and Mandy Moore was in this beautiful brown gown, and they'd all had hair and makeup and all of that, and she was wearing her hotel slippers because that junket was at a hotel. And I cannot tell you the number of celebs all day who walked in and they were camera ready, head to ankle. And from the ankle down, they were in hotel slippers. It was awesome. It was awesome. So go for it. I mean, who said ladies have to wear heels in order to look beautiful? You know how many foot problems can be created from those? Tina Purina told me all about it. It's a mess.
Tina's got a long list of stories when it comes to hurting her feet in high heels. I know that. She's got some good legs, though.
Yeah. Oh, her legs are the best in the business. If they really are. They really are great legs. Hey, we want to know what is making you smile today, or the things making you smile. Please let us know. That's our question. You can see it on your screen right there. Let us know on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll get to some of your comments later in the show. And Courtney, did you hear about the puzzle that Heinz, as in Heinz ketchup, created for people? They're actually giving these away if you follow them on Instagram, people who leave comments about who they want to do the puzzle with. So here's the catch. It's a 500-piece puzzle.
Okay.
It's all red. There's no picture. It's just red. What do you say?
Just solid red.
Yeah, just solid red. We've seen puzzles like this, right?
You know how I feel about ketchup. So, I mean, I feel like it brings to mind your puzzle that you and Brando were doing, and you were saying the hardest part is the sky because everything is one color. So you were saying pick, when you're doing something like this, if you're going to create your own puzzle, is pick something with a little bit more kind of color contrast in it. So I'm guessing this one's going to take a while. 500 pieces? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that sounds like a nightmare to me. And I love that you mentioned the puzzle that Brandon and I were doing, because we still are doing the puzzle because it's taken so long.
You are doing it, yes. I didn't mean it was past tense.
No. I wish it were past tense. It's present tense because it's taken us so long to put it together. We're seeing on the screen right now the Heinz puzzle. I gotta tell you, all red, that's gonna be a big challenge. And I think this probably works a different part of your brain because you don't have the visuals. You're literally putting the puzzle together based on the shape, right? Like, oh, this piece has 3 outies and 1 innie, and this piece has 4 innies, and this, oh man. Oh man, I used to find puzzles relaxing, and after this last one, we just want it off the dining table. I think we're gonna put it back in the box tonight. Sorry.
I know. So we have one on our dining table that the boys started, and it's been weeks. I mean, there's like one strip. I think there was more, but it's all gotten messed up, and we probably lost some. Oscar's probably eaten something. And I said, can we just put this away? I don't think we're coming back to it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not a big puzzle family.
I know. If it's like in a room that you don't use and you can just sort of like shut the door and leave the unfinished puzzle there, then I can understand. Just seeing it on the dining table every day, it stresses me out because it's like an unfinished project we still haven't gotten to. We're too busy going through our socks and underwear. Lots of stuff. Hey, did you hear that Alex Bregman is playing video games for his food bank fundraiser? And this is really cool. We've mentioned it on Houston Life. We had him on the show a couple weeks ago with his fiancée, Reagan Howard. And they're trying to raise $2 million to help feed hungry Houstonians through the Feed HOU campaign. And they hit the million mark right away. They're so close to 2 million. What is it? I think 1.8 million, Courtney, where they are right now?
I think so. Yeah, they're getting there, and what a great way to bring attention to this. And what I love about this is they're probably going to bring in kind of a younger crowd, right? Maybe to like get the kids to start watching this. And the game started this morning at 8 a.m. and they are going to be playing until Wednesday at 7:59 a.m. So they're just going to play 24 hours. They're live streaming this on Twitch, and George Springer, Lance McCullers Jr., Josh Reddick, Jake Marisnick, DeAndre Hopkins, they're all playing, and they're doing Fortnite, Madden NFL 20, Call of Duty, like all of these games, and you could watch them play. Now, that may not sound great to you or to anyone else, but to the young kids, AJ just walked in the room and his mouth is like... So he's like, I want to watch them play Fortnite. I want to watch them play Call of Duty. I want to see all the... And then you can hear their chatter.
Who was doing this?
Alex Bregman, DeAndre Hopkins, D-Hop, you know him.
I love that AJ doesn't even care that you're on live TV right now.
Yeah,
he's like, Mom, I have a question for you.
No, he's just like rolling in.
Wait. What's their YouTube channel? What's their YouTube channel?
It's on Twitch. We'll talk in a minute during commercial break. Now they're both in here. They're like, what is happening?
Oh, man. That is very funny.
At least they're watching.
At least they're watching the show. I can still hear them talking. They really don't understand that you're on live TV right now, right? Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Hey, and I'm going to tell you something, Derek. I have no scripts, so you're just going to have to take over here. I know we've got stuff to read, and I have nothing. So there's no other way to let you know that I don't have anything.
How many seasons are we into the show? I think we're about to start our 5th season, and you still expect a script, Courtney? It's not coming, so stop hoping for it.
Okay.
Okay. You're just going to have to make it up as you go, right? Oh, what a
I have no
thought.
teleprompter.
Neither do I. It's probably best that way. Hey,
I haven't had one in years.
Feels like you've been home for years, right? It's funny, you know, our viewers at home right now who just started watching our show over the past couple months, it's like a totally different version of Houston life. So trust me, one day we'll get back to the dance parties we used to have on set. But as long as you're sending us the things that make you smile, every single day we've been asking you to send us your pictures on video and social media. It's a reminder that now those pictures could win you some free stuff. So, Courtney, we have partnered with Wingstop to give away $50 gift cards to show when you show us how you are winging it at home. All you have to do is visit HoustonLife.tv and click on the article titled Wing It Photo Contest. You'll be asked to share a photo of yourself or your family winging it during social distancing. That can mean getting creative with the kids, face masks, champagne, the whole list of possibilities is yours to decide, right? The first winner was announced last Friday, so there are a couple more chances for you to win. And good luck, everybody. Okay, so another topic on our show, Courtney, fruit flies, gnats. After the break, how we can treat gnat bites at home, simple tips to help with itchiness and skin irritation caused by these pesky creatures. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. You know, as Texas is starting to reopen now and we're stepping outside more, outside of our homes, have you noticed the nasty gnats are also coming out, leaving uncomfortable bites for some people? They're here. Okay, it's happening.
They are here. I love that you call them nasty gnats, Courtney. Very funny. Dermatologist Sherry Ingraham with Advanced Dermatology is seeing patients with these pesky bites, and she's joining us now with treatment tips. Dr. Ingraham, welcome to the show. It is nice to see you there at the office. And okay, let's break it down. First of all, what are these gnats? Because we've mentioned fruit flies on the show. We've mentioned drain gnats. They're those things that outside when you're running at sunset, suddenly you hit a bunch of gnats and you might swallow some or they go in your nose. Yeah. So how do we know what the gnats actually are and how to avoid getting bitten?
So they are really swarming often when you're outside. They're a type of fly. We often refer to them as biting midges or no-see-ums, but they're all in that same family. And the good thing is in the United States, for the most part, as far as we know, the ones that bite us here are not vectors for disease. In other parts of the world, there are vectors for disease that are biting gnats that are endemic to those countries. But in the United States, really all we have to worry about is these pesky critters biting us and causing us to have itching and sometimes an allergic reaction.
You know, this is really interesting because I find that when you do get bit by a gnat, it's totally different than our state bird, the mosquito bite. It seems like it itches for longer periods of time, and you may just have one instead of several.
You know, that's a very good point. A lot of patients will come in and they'll have a big one by their eye and a big inflamed nodule almost on their neck, and they'll say, I think these are mosquito bites or gnat bites, and you can almost tell. They tend to bite around moist areas, so the nose, the mouth, the eyes. There's some that are even known as facial gnats, and they do cause a very brisk inflammatory response. They bite a little differently than mosquitoes because they actually use their scissor-like mouth to extract a little blood, and then they inject a little saliva, which can be very inflammatory to us. So that's why it causes that brisk inflammatory response.
Yeah.
And it tends to last a little longer, I find, than mosquito bites.
Okay, and mosquitoes, Dr. Ingraham, can sometimes bite you through your clothing. You're saying it's common, though, for people to have gnats actually crawl into these moist areas, like around your belt line, around your ankles, even crawling into the hair and biting your scalp?
Yes, they can really get up and in anywhere, and you've got to live, but a good way to protect yourself, if you're out gardening a lot, they say you can wear a broad rim hat with a really fine mesh. One of those you see kind of a beekeeper doing, but not so severe. A fine little mesh is good because you protect from the sun and the gnats. And also wearing clothes that are lighter colored, doing this at a different time of day. So just like mosquitoes, they tend to bite more in the morning and at dusk. So maybe don't be out during those hours. And then we can talk a little about a lot of the common things we do to avoid mosquito bites. You can also invoke to avoid gnat bites.
So would that mean using a repellent or a spray for that matter?
Absolutely, kind of double duty. So with gnats, you can wear pretty tight-fitting clothes. So maybe a good sun shirt even. A good long sleeve shirt where you're covered. They may get in, but not as well. They don't tend to bite through clothing too much, so they can wander up in there. As Derek had mentioned, using DEET-based products is always the best. DEET is a tried and true chemical really from the 1950s. And the important thing people need to know about DEET is age is 2 months and up. It is safe. And the concentration of DEET really denotes more about how long it's going to last. So some of these family products that are in the 7 to 15% DEET range give you about an hour to an hour and a half of protection. When you get a product that's more in the 20s and 30s, that's kind of your maximum amount of protection you're going to get. If the DEET concentration is higher, that just lengthens the time. So I always tell patients, reapply it throughout the day, and then at the end of the day, get your kids to wash it off because you don't want to go to bed with it on. Now, some people want a more natural product. Now, you may be trading efficacy for natural, I tell them. So something that's more of a hybrid maybe is picaridin, and Cutter makes picaridin. This lasts about 6 to 8 hours, and it's derived from pepper, and it works really, really well in protecting you from mosquitoes and oftentimes gnats. There's also oil of lemon eucalyptus. Cutter makes a product called oil of lemon eucalyptus that I want to show you. You can buy this at all grocery stores, drugstores. This is a more natural product. It's derived from eucalyptus, but you have to use it on children 3 years and older. That's the only caveat with this product.
I bet it smells good. We got about a minute left, doctor. A couple more points. We've talked about prevention. Let's talk about what to do if you are bitten. How do you treat a bite and make the itching and redness go away?
That's the bottom line, right? How do we make it less miserable? So the first thing you want to do is get soap and water and wash it, because you want to get any possible infectious source off of there, right? You don't know if you've scratched it, if there's a little dirt on it. And then you can apply ice. Ice will oftentimes mitigate that inflammatory histamine response and kind of make you feel better. So put a little ice on it. If it's still inflamed, what you can do is get a product. I like Neosinilar. This is a prescription product that has Neosporin and cortisone in it, but from the grocery store you can get Cordaid. Everyone should keep a tube of Cordaid in their drawer. Put it on your bites or your kids' bites, and then give them a Zyrtec or a Benadryl, or take one yourself. That'll really shut down that inflammatory response. Now, if you've done all of that and you're miserable, it's swelling, it may even look infected, that's the time to call your doctor, go to the dermatologist and get checked.
Well, Dr. Sherry Ingraham from Advanced Dermatology, we love seeing you. We love hearing all of your insight, and hopefully we'll see you back in the studio again soon. And to connect with Dr. Ingraham, visit our website, the Scene on Houston Life section.
All right, doctor, thank you. We'll be right back.
It's time now for our Tip Tuesday with 1 hour air conditioning and heating of Houston. And nothing is more frustrating than a broken air conditioner on a hot Houston day.
Oh yeah, we have all been there. Thankfully, avoiding sudden AC repairs is as simple as signing up for regular checkups. When an AC unit gets regular and thorough maintenance, it protects it from sudden failure at the worst times. You can get a range of maintenance plans from 1 hour to fit different needs and budgets. And with a Home Comfort Club membership, you can stay cool while avoiding surprises and preventing costly breakdowns. If you'd like more information, you can contact the 1 Hour team at 855-1HOUR, such an easy phone number, or online at onehourhoustonac.com.
And we do want to do a special shout out today for our HL artwork in my home studio. I know you saw this yesterday, but we were preempted. They didn't get a proper shout out. So this is Reagan and Reese. They are sisters, 11 and 9, and they came up with this artwork today. And one of our viewers on Instagram posted, her name is Auntie Dolly, that in the H, it's an optical illusion. One side of the H looks like Derek, and the other side of the H looks like Courtney. Can you see it? Looks like we're hugging.
You know, it's going to take me a minute to see that, but that is really, really cool. Many layers of depth there. Nicely done. And that's the first one that I think was done by a duo, right?
Absolutely. That's right. So thanks, Reagan and Reese. I really appreciate it. And stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Houston Life, everyone. It's meteorologist Justin Staples. Now let's get you updated on what's happening outside right now. We've got temperatures are all sitting in the low 80s. If you've noticed, it's a little breezy today. Not only that, but cloudy as well. And we've got some pretty strong, severe thunderstorms back off to the west. And most of these have been staying up around Brazos Valley, Bryan College Station, where they've got a severe thunderstorm warning out there. But I do expect those to move a little closer to us as we get into about 4 or 5 o'clock. If you're east of I-45, it's probably not going to be much of an issue for you. But notice some of the heavy rain there from Montgomery County down to Sealy, and then eventually that works its way down towards Bay City and the coast, and that's done. So we're going to kind of keep things sticky over the next couple of days, but do note that as we get in towards the weekend, this is what Derek and I were just discussing in the commercial, is that we've got this area of low pressure that's going to come in from Mexico. It's going to tap into all that Gulf moisture, and it looks like it's going to be a real slow mover, meaning that it's going to take all weekend for it to move through, and that could mean a potential of widespread pockets of 4, 6, 7, maybe 8 inches of rain. This, you know, we always talk about those flood events that aren't necessarily tropical related, but can still do some pretty good damage, guys. So we're gonna have to watch it very close as we get in towards the weekend. But either way, just do your best to avoid the showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, guys.
Will do, Justin. Thanks.
Well, you know, there's no better wardrobe accessory than a beautiful customized jean jacket, and the two Tequila sisters are the perfect ladies for the job. I own one of their jackets. I love it. It's Astros themed. They made an awesome Houston Astros themed jacket a few years ago for me, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I need to get one of those. Jean jackets are a staple. Debbie Rank and Erin Elliott are the ladies behind the brand, and even during quarantine, they've been customizing jackets every day.
Anybody that's ever watched Houston Life probably knows that one of my very favorite accessories is my Stonewashed jean jacket. I wear it like almost everywhere I go, even when it's 100 degrees outside. And I think what it's missing is some custom designs. And I am right now Zooming with two ladies that I know can help. The two Tequila sisters are on with us today. Hi, ladies. Debbie and Erin run the two Tequila sisters, and you are no stranger to Houston Life. You have made a custom jean jacket for Courtney Zavala, featured all the Astros stuff on there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Thank you. Yeah, she asked us to make a jean jacket for her right before we were on the way to win the World Series.
Yes.
So I think she was our good luck charm. It was super cute. She was the perfect human mannequin.
She really is. She really is.
Spring training.
So let's tell viewers how the business normally works. You know, you could come into your studio, which you're at right now, or you can also design your jacket online. And as of course, right now, you're doing most of it online or via a Zoom interview or some kind of FaceTime interview for customers to pick their designs, correct?
Exactly. We have, you know, so many clients that aren't even in the state or sometimes even in the country. So we've obviously learned how to do the COVID remote thing before this ever hit. So that was like a no-brainer. But so depending on, you know, how comfortable the client is and whether they, you know, feel they can come in, but it's very easy to do with pictures now or Zoom, mobile phones. So, you know, the technology part of it really has helped.
They just give us a seed idea on their design, what they want. We find the fabrics, the trims, the patches. We design the embroidery. And we put it all together for them, and they say, move this here, take that off. I hate yellow. We can even embroider their name on it, or we've done a lot of bridal denim where we embroider the date of the wedding or the future last name of the bride.
You know, just having been Mother's Day, you know, just finished a coat. Our client had her mom's scarves on her jacket. She had passed away within the recent year. And so, I mean, again, you want to personalize it. It tells a story. It tells your story, which is so special, I think, and why it's really sort of taken off.
What I really liked about your process is how simple it is, but all the decisions are yours. You basically start with an empty canvas, and you ladies have all of these suggestions from, I'm looking at your Houston logo right there, the flower print on the back, and the trim around the outside. Show us some of the other accessories that could possibly go on some jackets.
If you didn't want a fabric on the back, you could do wings like this. You could add wings to your coat. Pick any patches that you like.
Lots and lots of flowers are very, very popular to give it more of a 3D dimensional type look. Very, very popular.
We have all of the sports team patches, so you could do the Astros, you could do the Texans, you could just make it a Texas coat. Don't mess with and do the Texas flag. A lot of our popular patches, for some reason, are the freeways.
Yeah. You need a 713 in there, 832 and a 281.
Yeah, we do. We have a 713 or a 281, 832. You can pick anything that you like.
And we can design custom patches.
If there's something that you ladies don't have, it's not very hard for you to find.
No, not at all. This is a Astroworld patch for all the people my age that remember
That's
Astro.
fine. Are you making this
Or the new Travis Scott, whatever age you're living in.
Here's your NASA astronaut, and this over here on the other side is the jacket that we just started designing for a lady that loved bluebonnets. So we fabric for her. So she wants a Houston jacket, but she wanted us to put a bunch of bees and butterflies and bluebonnets on her jacket.
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been working out of your house?
3+ years.
Yeah.
Not that long.
More than 3 years now. It's been, we've made probably 2,000 coats.
Easily, I'd say.
Yeah.
What's your most popular one?
H-Town.
Yeah. Definitely.
Especially now that everyone is feeling so united in this pandemic, you know.
The togetherness.
But it's been a really good time for just supporting the community and kind of showing your pride for the city. So the H-Town coat has been our most popular one.
That's been really fun. And you mentioned the college grads, the colleges, the schools are very popular with those.
Yeah, we can show you some of the coats that we're in the middle of doing. This is an example of our embroidery, which we
Longhorn.
do. The Longhorn.
Oh,
That's
very nice.
graduating, so all of her friends are getting one for their graduation gifts.
Yeah, welcome. Well, Debbie Rank and Erin Elliott, thank you so much. The Two Tequila Sisters are online at 2tequilasisters.com. Of course, more info is at houstonlife.tv. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so great to see Debbie and Erin. I do love my jacket. I don't think I was much of the good luck charm, but I do love that jacket, and they are such great gifts.
Yeah, always great to shine a light on local businesses. Thank you, Lauren, for that. And coming up next on Houston Life, we're sharing what expectant moms should know about coronavirus and what it means for their pregnancy. That's next.
Well, welcome back. You know, all week we've been addressing women's health topics in accordance with National Women's Health Week. And during these uncertain times, pregnancy can understandably cause some increased concerns for mom-to-be.
Of course, today, Dr. Yabode Ogunlade, OBGYN at Memorial Hermann Cyprus, is providing insight into questions about COVID-19 and the implications for women who are currently pregnant. Dr. Ogunlade, welcome to the show. And first of all, let's just jump right into how COVID-19 can potentially affect pregnancies. And I know we've chatted about this on the show before, but there seems to be new information all the time, and still a lot of question marks remain.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot we do not know about COVID-19. But what we do know is that pregnant women they're slightly higher risk, but it's not to the proportion of the anxiety that is publicly felt. If they follow the same CDC recommendations as the rest of the general population, they tend to do very well, mainly hand washing, social distancing, and there have been some reported cases of newborns that had COVID, within a few days of post-birth. But generally, we don't think it's transmitted in pregnancy. We just don't have enough robust data to support that evidence one way or the other. But we do know that it's probably transmitted postpartum. So at Memorial right now, we screen all of our pregnant ladies. Everybody gets screened. If a mom is positive, we unfortunately have to separate mom and baby right after birth until mom has tested negative or gone through the suggested time period to be separated. But they can still breastfeed. They just have to wash their hands and clean the exterior of the express milk container.
What I think is so interesting, Dr. Ogunlade, is that when we're talking about COVID-19 in general for pregnant women, the takeaway here, what I'm hearing from you, is they're not any more susceptible to this than any of us, right? I mean, as long as they need to take, obviously, the same precautions, wearing the mask, being cleanly, but the susceptibility is not there for them.
We don't have the evidence one way or the other. We do know that pregnancy generally can make you more susceptible to infections. But we don't think it's necessarily, for instance, 10 times that of the general population or 1 million times that of the general population. That generally, pregnant women can still keep themselves and their babies safe by following the same recommendations as that of the general population.
So for pregnant folks who are out there watching this program right now, what should they be doing? Obviously, prenatal care is a big deal. If they have questions about coming into a medical facility, I'm assuming the first step is reach out to your doctor and ask. I mean, are there prenatal appointments they can televisit?
To actually call your doctor and ask first. You don't want to just pop in the emergency room because you might actually be exposing yourself unnecessarily. So talk to your physician. They'll ask you your symptoms, and they'll be able to tell you if your symptoms can be managed, at home, or if you need to come into the emergency room. Obviously, if somebody's having respiratory failure, they can't breathe, they look blue, they should go, you should call 911. But if you're unsure and you're still talking and you feel comfortable, you don't have a fever, it's best you stay home and talk to your doctor first before you go into the ER.
And I think you kind of hit on this too, Dr. O, is a little bit when we talk about after the baby is born, and if the mom is able to breastfeed and wants to try that, there shouldn't be any reservations given the pandemic that we're dealing with. Breastfeeding can still happen during this time.
Yes, we think so. It just might have to be express milk if mom is positive, for instance. So mom would have to be separated from the newborn and would have to possibly use a breast pump to express milk that can then be given to the baby.
And doctor, I just want to chat about Memorial Hermann Health System briefly. I'm seeing in my notes here, I think people forget just how extensive the system is. Largest not-for-profit health system in Southeast Texas, 17 hospitals, 8 cancer centers, 3 heart and vascular institutes, 27 sports medicine and rehab centers. So when it comes to something like a pregnancy or a medical condition, really of any kind, patients really should be going to the best of the best to ensure they're getting proper care.
Memorial has been honestly amazing since the COVID pandemic hit. We've been testing all our patients, because, ACOG had that data that potentially 1 out of 8 pregnant women could be COVID positive. They got us N95 and PPEs right away. Our patients have felt very safe there. And patients that are positive are kept in a negative pressure room with experienced nurses taking care of them and their baby, and we try to minimize transmission. So yes, Memorial has been really, really good.
And the good news is we can all have our babies. It's all going to work out. They will be healthy. And
you don't have to be afraid to come to the hospital to have your baby. Of course, we're limiting visitors, unfortunately, for everybody's safety, but your partner can still be with you. You can have one family member with you.
Yeah, well, safety comes first. Dr. Yabode Ogunlade, thank you so much for your time today. We do appreciate it. And in the meantime, to our viewers, if you would like more information, you can visit memorialhermann.org/women's, or you can call 281-206-4496.
Thank you. Have a good day.
And I had both of my boys. Thank you. I had both my boys at Memorial Hermann, so fabulous hospital.
That's
Coming
wonderful.
up next, guys, how vein clinics of America will help you identify and treat vein disease. That's coming up when we come back.
Vein Clinics of America is the oldest, largest, most experienced vein treatment center in the country, and it's devoted to providing the highest quality of outpatient care. And I am here With the vein expert himself, Dr. Hansen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm excited to be here and to get a little bit more knowledge about the treatments that you guys do at this clinic. First of all, tell me a little bit about Vein Clinics of America.
Vein Clinics of America is probably the oldest vein clinic of its kind in the country. We've got something like 70 clinics scattered throughout the nation. We have 2 here in Houston, 1 here in the Woodlands, and 1 on 59 in Kirby.
You guys focus in on one as opposed to kind of a variation of different things.
Correct, correct. All we do is take care of veins, from spider veins to varicose veins to a whole host of other issues with veins.
So how is Vein Clinics of America different from those other treatment centers, aside from focusing in on veins only?
Well, we have a very sophisticated protocol in taking care of our patients. I'm a heart surgeon by training and trained at Baylor, and pretty much we took care of every blood vessel below the skull, including veins. Despite that fact, I still took like a 3-month course just so we could learn some of the newer techniques. And I think it was, that's what we do on all of our physicians, vascular technicians, and our nurse practitioners.
Let's talk about vein disease. What is it, and how can someone tell if they have it?
One of the earliest manifestations are varicose veins, which are the big, lumpy, bumpy veins on your legs that are oftentimes painful. They cause restless legs, leg cramps, swelling, burning, itching.
And you can experience these ankle, back of the knee.
Yes, and some people, their legs just fatigue easily. You know, the risk factors are anybody that's on their feet all day, pregnancy in women, and the biggest one is heredity.
Family.
Yeah, it's
what about
hereditary.
shoes? Heels?
Some people say that heels may contribute because what happens is the heels are up so high that it takes your calf muscle out of the loop, and so your calf muscle gets weak, and so your calf muscle's not squeezing to move the blood up.
So how is vein disease treated?
Well, I tell people the reason you have vein issues is that the veins have valves. This veins drain blood from your feet back to your heart, whereas arteries take blood to your feet. So what happens, veins have valves, and so this is a vein wall, these are valves, they open and close. For whatever reason, heredity, pregnancy, and being way overweight is another issue. The veins dilate, and after pregnancy, they don't come back together, so the valves don't touch. Blood goes both ways. So if blood goes both ways, the pressure from your heart down to your feet is tremendous. 20% of people with really bad varicose veins get a sore at the ankle. We call it an ulcer because the pressure's so great against the skin, it blocks arteries from bringing oxygen to the skin. Skin dies and they get a sore, which is pretty painful.
It sounds very dangerous.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's more than just cosmetic. I mean, it's actually functional. And it's a quality of life. It affects the quality of life. I have so many people come back and say, I don't wake up, I'm not kicking my spouse all night because I don't have restless legs anymore. My legs don't feel fatigued. I have more energy. I feel like I can run a marathon now. I can't do that anymore. And the amazing thing is we can do all this in the office. You don't have to go to the hospital.
And just think about the cosmetic side of it. It's a confidence booster.
Oh, yeah. We take care of the cosmetic end, too. So we do a whole spectrum of vein disease, from varicose veins all the way to spider veins.
So what are the long-term effects of getting the diseased veins treated?
Well, I tell people that the veins that we're working on are superficial veins. This is a duplicate set of veins because you have a deep system, that's the important set. And I tell patients, don't worry about it. This is just like your appendix. We all have an appendix. You don't need an appendix, it causes trouble. These veins we don't need, they cause trouble. So we can basically, instead of taking them out like we used to, we basically destroy them in place. Body takes over, breaks it down, and absorbs them. You come back a year from now, you can't find them. They're gone.
Are there any other ways that these veins can present themselves? The vein disease can come out another way?
Well, we see probably 25% of the people I see with only spider veins have bigger veins at issue. And the problem with that is if you were to treat the spider veins without evaluating the other veins, then the success rate for treating your spider veins drops to less than 40%. So what we always do, we do just a quick scan. There's no charge for it. We do a quick ultrasound, make sure there's no other big issues. If that looks okay, we know we can treat their spider veins with a high degree of success.
Personal question, will vein disease present itself more so in men or women, or is it not a gender?
It's more in women, just because I think of pregnancy. It's probably, we see amazingly about 40% of our patients are men. We don't cure them. We fix what you have at the time. It's an ongoing thing. You want to stay ahead of it before it becomes an issue.
Is this something that's affected by diet, exercise?
I think weight is a big part of it. So, you know, walking is one of the best things you can do. If you want to run, jog, that's great too. But keeping your weight down, because the more pressure you have up here pushing on those veins, it's all transmitted downstream.
Well, vein disease is preventable and treatable here at Vein Clinics of America. Dr. Hansen, thank you very much for all the information. And if you'd like more information on Vein Clinics of America, just log on to veinclinics.com.
Well, thanks, Lauren. We did film that segment before social distancing, but Vein Clinics is still booking consultations at this time with, of course, safety measures in place.
They also have telemedicine consultations available. If you'd like to book yours, you can call 281-205-5990 or visit their website at veinclinics.com if you'd like to learn more. We'll be right back.
Well, welcome back. You know, you guys have been great continuing the conversation on social media for our question of the day, which is what makes you smile? And I love this response from Debbie. She posted a photo of her daughter saying her daughter and manager celebrating Florence Nightingale's birthday today. Of course, look at all those nurses on the front line.
Very nice, fighting the fight. And Judy wrote in, finally the harvest from their garden. And you know, initially I was like, wow, that produce is huge, because I thought that was a life-size truck, but clearly that's not the case. Thanks for sending in your comments, guys. We will see you back tomorrow.
Have a great one.